Hi guys. Give me just a second. Just setting up. All right. Welcome. Yay. We got a good group already. Super awesome. Okay. I'm just going to give it just a second to catch up with me. All right. I needed a couple more minutes. I accidentally pressed live now, so we're just starting now. Yeah, I'm so glad there's so many on here already. So we are going to make the, oh, I need to grab it. Just a second. Okay. So we're going to be making the Serendipity Wallet. Super cute. It's pretty slim. I like that a lot. It's not a thick wallet. You can edge paint it. You don't have to. You can do a all cotton version. You can do the vinyl version. But it looks super cool painted. And it's not that hard because it really is you're just painting around a whole thing. So there's not a lot of little corners and stuff you have to get to. So if you were ever wanting to try edge paint, this is a good one to try. You got lots of card slots on it. Look at all those. You got an ID slot here. You've got this zipper pocket, and then there are slip pockets behind each of those card slot pockets. So it is a pretty cool wallet. It is from Maple Plus Sunshine. This is her first pattern she's ever come out with. She says she's made patterns before, but this is her first official one. And it is just, it's just adorable. I put my nameplate on there wrong. It should have gone this way, and I put it on there this way. That's fine. We'll change it on this one I'm doing. Okay, so that is what we are making today. The link to purchase this pattern is in the description of this video. So if you're looking for that, that's where it is. That's the only thing I have linked currently in the description. And yay, hello. Okay, let's get going. I'm gonna bring a couple of things over real quick, so just a second. Because this is a live, and I am gonna paint the edges of this wallet. I did the tab first. I did that cute, look at that cute pink paint. I absolutely love it. So I did paint my tab already. I use three different things to paint the edges of my material. I use a base coat. I usually do 2 layers of a base coat. I'm going to show you. I do 2 layers of a base coat. I've had people ask a lot. Okay, I'd like the Gardini. It's the only kind I've tried. I know there's others out there, but that's what I try. So I do 2 layers of the base coat. You can do a light sand after that, okay? And then you do 2 layers of your color. And it dries pretty quick. I would say within like 15, 30 minutes, you can do another layer. So 2 layers, look how pretty that pink is. And then you have a protecting gloss. All right, these come in huge things. I mean, 1 jar of this lasts for so long. So it may be a little pricey at first, but it lasts you for so many projects. So that's the process I do when I edge coat, and I use just a roller. I'll show you. I use just a basic little roller, and I roll it on the edges. It's super simple. That's that. Do you have to use the gloss? I would highly recommend it. It really does add a pretty end, and I think it's like a top coat. So I think you should. You don't always have to. Yeah, I know there's other brands out there. I'm just showing you what I use. So, and I wanted to say one other thing, and now I'm forgetting what it was. I don't know. Oh, okay. I wanted to say, so the way I assembled this tab, so here's my piece. I cut 2 pieces bigger than this, front and back, glued them together, and then I traced this out and cut it out all together. So my edges were smooth the first time I cut it. They were already glued together. I cut out my smooth edges and then I painted it. I did top stitch it as well. That's how I did my tab. I'm using this faux leather that I absolutely love from Indo Love Creation. She just got a huge new shipment of so many colors. And I have to say, this stuff edge paints beautifully, like amazing. Super excited to edge coat this. All right, so let's start making this wallet. Yay! Brittany, Leslie, awesome. I've got some moderators. Here we go. So we're going to start by working on the tab and the outside exterior of the wallet. And I'm a little nervous doing this wallet on a live, but I think we can do it. It might be kind of long though. Okay, here we go. I gotta get my tools. I need my rivet press and my snap stuff. All right, I'm doing a snap and my rivets. All right, here we go. Long live is fun. Okay. Is it the Safino matte? This is the faux suede. Yeah. It's the faux suede. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading. Here we go. So I am going to do my markings on my tab first. All right. And I'm going to install my snap and then mark where I want my rivets. All right. You don't care how long it takes? Okay, perfect. It might take a while. All right, so I'm gonna poke a hole for my snap and I'm gonna poke my rivet holes here. I did clean my Japanese hole punch and it works much better. Okay, so I'm gonna install my snap first right here, and I want this part of my snap. And which side's the prettier side? This side. All right, yes, this pattern does come with SVG files. I did cut it by hand and it's doable, but it does come with the files to do it with a machine. So that's fabulous. One day I'll get a machine. All right, so there's my little snap first. And then I want to install the other part of the snap right here. Got my middle. Measurements are in the pattern for where this goes. All right. You know what? I'm going to put, that's going to pull a lot. So I'm going to put another little extra layer under it. And I did put a strip of Decaville Light down the middle of this tab as well. So you can do that if you want a little more stability in there, which I always like to do. Where did I put my piece? Oh my goodness. On the floor. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to put that behind it. Just like that. All right. Oh, my snap looks like it's indented. I'm gonna get a different piece real quick. Hopefully I have another one. All right. I'm running low on my snaps. It's almost time to replace. Here we go. Hello, hello. All right. And then I'll put this piece on. All right, got that on there nice and tight. Looks good. I'm gonna put these tools aside. And now I'm gonna do my rivets. All right, so what I like to do is I have markings here, but I've already poked them here. So I'm just going to line this up and try and center that as best I can, since that's where I want it. That looks good. Okay, I'm doing rivets through all of it. Like that. And on top. Okay. And then I'll put my nameplate on this outside piece as well real quick. All right. So that's how you put on the tab. It's super easy. And bring it over this side. Snap it closed. Okay. So I am going to put my nameplate on this side, going this way real quick. Oh, I've already got it centered on here. So I'll just use this as my center. About right there. Have you ever had them come undone? Amanda, I haven't. Mine stay pretty good. Do you think you ever carry rivet magnetic snaps? I have no idea, Mike. I'm not sure. I need to play with those rivet magnetic snaps a little bit more. All right, and then I'm going to protect the back of that so it doesn't rub on my wallet. All right. There we go. So that's what the back looks like. That is what my front looks like. All done. I'm going to set that aside. I'm done with this stuff for a little bit. Clear this out. Okay. Start working on the guts. Here we go. All right. So there are lots of card slots on this. All right. So this is the back. I am using this like really thin yard landscaping fabric for my card slots. I got it off of Amazon. They sell it in packs. It is in my Amazon shop now, the link for it. And it works fabulously. I really do like it a lot. So I'd highly suggest getting some of that if you make stuff like this a lot. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is put on all of our tape for our card slots. All right, so I'm going to mark up 1/4 of an inch on both of these. Hello, hello. Hi from Ontario. Okay, so you're going to be using lots of double-sided tape. All right. I wanted to have this all taped up before I did the video, and that just didn't happen. So that's okay. So you want to do 1 strip above that 1/4 inch line down here. And then you want to do 1 below each of these card slots. I'm going to move you in just a little bit here. Here. Is that better? Okay. So I'm just going under each of these lines. It's going to take me a minute. Very much like the purse pal. If you've made the purse pal, pretty much any pattern that has card slots like this is, from what I've seen, this is how it's done. So I'm going just below the lines. And she does suggest if you have a thinner, lighter, stretchy vinyl for these card slot pieces, to put Decaville Light behind it. And I did do that on my pink or on my purple wallet because it was a stretchier, lighter vinyl. I didn't do it on this one because it's a little bit thicker. And then you want to line up top. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here real quick. Yeah. Well, how do you say that? Tyvek for your card slots? That's what this is. That's what I'm using. I ordered it off of Amazon. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining. Almost done. All right. Oh, wait, one more piece. Lots of tape, guys. Lots of tape. That's when these big old rolls from Waywack come in handy. All right. Here we go. So all of these card slots are done the same way. I am not going to pull my threads through. I'm just going to backstitch because I don't have time to do that. So if you don't want backstitching to show, then you got to pull your threads through the back. Okay, so I've taken the tape off of the first bottom card slot here. This is the back. And I'm going to lay my material going up and as straight as I can right there, okay? And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to sew under this card slot. Sorry, I'm trying to get you farther in here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to sew under this card slot. All right, so that's what my first stitching looks like. Now I'm going to flip it back over. I'm going to take off this bottom line. And go down like this. And stick it there. And then I'm going to take the next line off and put it back up. And it's going to fold right there where that tape is. And I'm going to stick it up on that next slot and sew along there. I just try and begin and end at the same spot and back stitch once. All right, so from there, I need my ruler. And I think, what is it? Sorry, a 1/2 inch. Yeah, you want to measure from this bottom piece here, you're measuring a 1/2 inch up where this bottom fold is that you tape down here. You're going to put a line and then you're going to put tape along that, right above that. And then that's where your next one is going to stick. So you need more double-sided tape right there. Telling you. All the tape. Take that off. Fold it down nicely. Right there. Take the next piece of tape off up here. Fold it back up along that line. Okay, and now we sew that next one. Ah, that's okay. All right. One more time measure. You got to bring that back down and back up. So I'm going to go 1/2 inch right there. And if this didn't make sense the first time around, don't worry. We're going to do it 2 more times. All right, take that one off and pull it down. And I pull it down pretty taut, but not like too tight because you don't want it to like pull your card slot in, right? And then you're going to take off this top piece here and put it back up and press it on that tape right there. And then we're going to trim this off. Okay, so that's the back. That's the front. I've got all my card slots on this side. All look good. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. Here we go. X-Men family, yes, I ordered one of every color of her new faux leather or faux suede. I'm not even kidding. I got one of every color. I'm super excited. I may have gotten 2 of every color. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Same steps that we just did. So tape it right there first. Turn it over and sew. Hi, Kalisha. Does the vinyl have that suede feel or is it just the look? No, it has a suede feel to it. Super cool. And I did make myself a bag out of it, which I have been carrying around for a couple months now, and it is like holding up super nicely. So I really do think it's awesome stuff. All right, next one. Here we go. All right. I don't know why I put my ruler all the way over here. 1/2 inch up from there, some double-sided tape. Okay, and then fold it back up. And so, last line. All right, we're almost done with this one, and then we'll go to the other side. If you ask a question and I miss it, just ask again. Sometimes I don't catch things. Jennifer, I'm just getting started. You haven't missed much. All right, and then I'll take off the top, pull that back up. All right. Pretty easy. All right, so that is my first set of card slots, front and back. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside and work on this other piece here. I'm gonna do this side the same way, and then we'll work on our card slot. Yeah, card slots are kind of time consuming. True. What are you using inside for the card slots? It's like a landscape fabric type material. All right, peel the bottom off here, back down. And then back up. Thank you, Brittany. All right. I mean, you could just use waterproof canvas, but depending on the thickness of your waterproof canvas, you don't want the card slots to be too thick. So this material is kind of awesome. All right, last one. Almost done. Yay. All right. Go. Is the back of the faux suede felt? Yeah, it's like it's kind of fuzzy, and Decaville adheres fabulously to it. I've done it a few times now. No problems. Amanda, yeah. I've got little pieces of double-sided tape backing all over my floor. I'm totally missing the trash. All right. And then last piece, whatever. I'll clean it up when I'm done. Up here, I'm gonna tape that, cut it. All right. So those ones are all done. Now we're gonna work on our ID slot here. There we go. It is super nice to sew on, yeah, for sure. Okay, now, so for the card slot, you're going to just sew a line of stitching just for looks right below it, just so it matches your other card slots. There's nothing behind it. You're just sewing a nice little line, okay? Just for looks. And I need to wipe my needle off because of all that tape. Just a minute. I'm just using an alcohol wipe here, pad, to just clean off my needle of all that stickiness from the tape. All right. Now I've only made one of these wallets, so I will be pausing here and there to look at the instructions because I don't remember exactly. It's been a couple of a week since I've done this. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna put some double-sided tape around this card slot to stick our clear vinyl through. We are going to be putting a piece of fabric behind this, but she does it a different way and you'll see how we're going to do it. But there will be fabric behind this. It's just done a little differently. All right, so we're going to put our clear vinyl on. Hi, from Ohio. Hi, Mona. I'm guessing that's your name. Okay. So I'm going to put this vinyl on. Center it up. All right. Now, yep. Okay, so now I'm just going to sew about from the top edge here over to this edge here, and I am going to pull my threads through and tie them. And you'll see why, because we're going to be adding the fabric to the back. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just sewing over the top here. Okay. And I'm going to pull my threads through, give it a nice clean look. So you just kind of tug on that back thread and it'll pop the other thread up. All right. What is the marking pen you're using? This is just a Airy Racing Sew Line pen. That is also on my Amazon link. It's one of my favorite. That and the Lauren Mormino leather vinyl pen is those are my two favorites. I use them a lot. All right. And then I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna very carefully melt those real quick too. Right there. And right there. Okay. So now that we have just this top part sewn, so that's what it looks like, okay? We're gonna get our backing and we're gonna place a line of double-sided tape along the top again here. All right. Center, turn over. Okay. So we're going to take our piece and we're going to lay that on the back of here. Which way? I think this way. Yep. Centering it, okay. Pressing it on the top there. So you got that there. And now we're going to continue sewing around this card slot and it'll close up where that fabric is. All right. And again, I'm not going to back stitch. I'm just going to pull my stitches through. Okay. And it'll give us a nice stitching around this ID. Okay. Does that make sense? So now I've got a perfect little ID slot. I'm going to pull these through and tie them, and then we'll continue. Do you have a coffee fund? I don't have a coffee fund. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I see Brandy does that. I'm not sure what that entails. I love my Lauren Mormino pen too. It's one of my seriously favorite pens. Hello, Andrea. I know, I love that the ID slot has a thumb hole, and I have my little cut dies that I use, you know, for my turn locks and stuff, and it worked perfect for that little thumb hole spot for this ID window. I think that's awesome. Makes it a lot easier. All right, I'm just tying up my threads here. My nose is itchy. Okay. I'm gonna just melt that, and that is our other side. Cute. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. Now there is a zipper pocket in this. You do not have to do the zipper pocket piece if you don't want to. I am going to, obviously, but you don't have to do it. Okay. Let me make sure I'm grabbing the right pieces. Here is my zipper pocket, and I forget which is which. I think it's this one, right? Oof. Just a minute. Let me make sure I'm using the right piece. Cash slot. Okay, so it's the smaller of the two. So it's this one. Set that aside. gonna turn on my iron. There we go. Okay, here we go. So we want to center this up on here. Okay. So I'm just curious. I'm just going to do just a tiniest little clip here. All right, so I'm just finding the center of this piece real quick. And the center of this piece, yep. Which should be about right there. Although that looks a little crooked. I think my Decavil's on a little bit crooked, but that's okay. All right, so you want to put this piece right side up, zipper pocket lining, and this is my zipper pocket. And you want to center this on here. You should have about 1/4 of an inch on each side, right? And yeah, okay. This is the right piece, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so now I want to sew. So this cutout of my Decaville is pretty much my pocket, my zipper pocket guide. So I am like where my zipper is going to be inserted. So I'm just going to be sewing around right inside of that. And I think my sides are supposed to match. So I wonder if I think I put my Decaville on going the wrong way. Does that make sense? It should have been going on this way because this edge should line up with this edge and mine's just 1/4 inch short, but it's going to be okay because it's going to be folded in and I'll just only fold it 1/4 of an inch instead of 1/2. So it'll still work. But that's what I did wrong. That's why I'm like, what is going on? That's it. We'll still make it work. All right. I'm going to cut that out. Kind of a little crooked, but I think we'll be okay. We'll make it work, guys. What is the name of the card slot backing? What do you mean? Like the name of the material? Oh, the card slot backing. It's linked on my Amazon shop. All right, so now we're going to take this and pull it through. Okay, I'm going to take this to my iron and I'm just going to iron it nice and flat, just like that. All right, I'm not going to bring you over to my iron. Be right back. All right. Super quick, see? All right. Beautiful. And now we want to put in our zipper. And I am using a number 3 zipper. She suggests a number 3. And I do sell number 3 zippers on my website. And I'm also getting more colors in soon. Both number 5 and number 3. So I'm going to use a skinnier tape for this number 3 tape. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put that into my zipper. I'm just centering, just kind of centering this up here. Make sure I've got it where it needs to be. Okay, there's that piece, and I'm going to do this piece. Okay. Now I'm going to sew around that zipper. Here we go. Would it be possible to use waterproof canvas instead of the cotton pieces for the card slots? Yes. It just adds to the thickness. So I'm not sure how thick it will make your bag or your wallet. I haven't tried it yet. So, but yes, you could use waterproof canvas. Any non-fraying material really is what you want. All right. There is that front, back. Now this next part, mine's going to be a little bit differently because like I said, I did it a tiny bit wrong. You want to fold in your edges basically because you don't want any raw edges on the side of this pocket. Because mine's a 1/4 of an inch short because I did it the wrong way. I'm just going to do some double-sided tape to get mine to stick correctly and fold because ironing it would be kind of tricky. All right. So I'm just folding it over along that Decaville light basically. You just don't want this raw edge. And then you want the other side to meet it up similarly. Hopefully that makes sense. So I just am folding down that, and then I will take this and I will also fold it evenly with this piece, okay? So I'm just gonna do this other side real quick. Double-sided tape solves everything. Yes, it does. It's fabulous. I know there is thinner waterproof canvas out there that you can use. I tend to use the thicker stuff. So yes, I know waterproof canvas would work. Just be careful of the weight and the thickness of it. So now I want to pretty much just have this be the same as this card slot. I want them to match up like that. So now I'm going to take this to my iron because that will just be easier than the double-sided tape. There is such a thing as too much double-sided tape, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. Okay, so I don't know how that got. I did get a new iron, guys, finally, and the steam works. It's amazing. But I'm used to leaving it down like my Oliso, so it keeps beeping at me. All right. So I'm just folding it, eyeballing it, since I messed up the other stuff. And I need clips to clip it in place. That's okay. Clip it in place in a minute. All right, do this side. You'll understand why we don't want this raw edge in a minute. It'll all make sense. All right, here we go. Let's go back. Hi, Pamela. All right, so I think I want to put more double-sided tape in between these two layers. If I'm remembering, why am I not seeing that? If I'm remembering this correctly. No such thing as too much double-sided tape, right? All right. For reals, you could assemble a whole bag. So funny. All right, so now I don't have any raw edges on the sides, right? They're all folded down and in. Yeah, it does say to put some double-sided tape in between there. I don't think I'm going to though, because we're just going to be going like this and clipping it, right? And we're going to sew up the sides. So you can put double-sided tape in between those two layers as well. I'm not going to. Mine are pretty good. So now we want to fold it in half. All right, and I'm going to clip all those layers together. Try and get them as even as you can. All right, all the way down. All right. Other side. You can fold down these little corners too if you need to. All right. Just like that. I'm going to fold, or not fold, I'm going to sew these sides down now. Right. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Oh, you got a new industrial. That's super fun. They are so fun. I tried sewing on my domestic machines, and it was not pretty. Okay, here we go. I'm actually gonna do a double row of stitching here just because my other side was at such a small turn. I want to make sure that I'm getting that in there. So I'm gonna do 2 rows of stitching. Do you sell Juki needles on your site? No, I do not. I get my needles from Waywack. Hi, Jean. Again, you don't have to do the zipper pocket. You can leave that out of your wallet if you don't want a zipper panel. Just tucking in the corners of that inside lining because I don't want it sticking out down here. All right, I'm gonna do 1 more row and then we're done with this zipper pocket. All right, now to completely close it up, we want to sew a crease down here. And measurements are in the pattern, mark that. And we're gonna sew along that line. I wanna make sure, yeah, it fits mine, okay. And that closes it all up. And then you'll see how we sew the rest in there. All right. Yay, there's our zipper pocket. Okay. Let's continue. We want to get this piece now. Now, I didn't know this, but in this pattern, she says that she leaves some raw edges of cotton and says that you can paint over cotton edges, cotton material. So I did do that on my wallet. It did work because you do have on this wallet, just this right here is going to be left raw, okay, cotton. I did paint over it and it painted over beautifully. So we'll see how that, I mean, it looks great. So that's what we're doing here. If you don't trust that, then you need to make this a little bit wider and fold over your edges so you don't have raw edges. That's my 2 cents. Okay. So we want to measure up here and mark a line. This is going to take me a minute so I can remember how to do this. All right. We want to mark a line here. And I'm going to iron that real quick. Where that line is. I should have marked it on the other side. Might have been easier. Okay. So I've got that crease now, okay, right there. I'm gonna lay, yeah, I should have marked it on the other side. I'm gonna lay my zipper pocket. The raw edge is going to line up with that crease. And I'm gonna have about 1/2 of an inch on each side of this lining. It should be about 1/2 inch. Well, mine's gonna be a little bit less. That's okay. About right there. Okay, make sure it looks straight. You're gonna take this and we're gonna flip it up. I guess I should have creased it this way. right here, and we're going to sew across that. And that closes up our raw edge for that zipper pocket panel piece. All right. So that's what I have so far. So I've got my zipper pocket here. I have sewn that over. I'm going to open it back up. All right. And now I want to take, which one? I guess you got to decide which one you want to put there. I'll put my ID slot. I'm going to take the straight edge of that and line it up with the straight edge of this. Okay. Right sides together. And you're going to put that on there. And we are going to sew across that. Okay, here we go. And she says it's important not to start all the way at the edge of your piece. Start in about 1/8 of an inch. It helps with the finished look. So I'm going to start in just a tiny bit and sew along that piece at the top. I'm doing this right? Okay. Hopefully I don't mess this. This is the part I'm nervous about messing up for you guys. This fabric, this cotton fabric is from Hawthorne Threads. I'm not 100%. I want to say it's like the Homebody collection, but I could be wrong. All right, so I've sewn that there. I'm going to be folding this over like that, okay? And now I want to top stitch along here. So pretty much you're folding it over the width of your seam allowance here. Okay, I'm just going to give it a good finger press and clip it. Okay, right there. And now I'm going to top stitch that. Right, that. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Oops. Make sure I'm doing the right stitch length here. All right. And now I want to do the same thing on the other side of the wallet, okay? So now I'm going to come over here and take my other piece and connect it over here on this side. Do you ever use the wallets you make, Amanda? Yes, I do. My one I'm using right now is the Purse Pal by Lynn's Handmade. It's my go-to. It's nice and small and I can grab it and go. But I do love this one. This would definitely be a style I would carry. All right, so now I'm going to sew that up. Make sure I have that going, yes, the right way. Here we go. Just follow the seam allowances in the pattern because they do change a little bit. We're pretty close to the end. We're almost done. What time is it? Ooh, an hour. We're doing pretty good. All right. All right. And now we want to top stitch that as well. So I'm going to fold this over. This wallet can be made all cotton. She has all cotton instructions as well, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not all cotton. Maybe it's just like the exterior part. I'm not sure, actually. Okay, now I'm gonna top stitch that fold. All right, here's where the magic happens. You ready? So this already has a nice crease and it folds just like that. That's where you want that, okay? Don't have to change anything there, I'm pretty sure, if I remember this correctly. This one, you want about, I think she says 3/8 between the two. Why is that showing? Did that show on my last one? Just a second. Oh yeah, it did. That shows on this too. Okay. You want about 3/4 of an inch, I think, in between the two, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me see. Yep. Maybe a little bit more, about right there. Now the nice thing is you can kind of adjust this as well. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm such a dork. There we go. I'm like, why is that feeling so weird? All right. Fold your zipper pocket out of the way. Now you can adjust this to fit the other side of your wallet. So here is my guts. Here's my insides, okay? Front, back. So it's got this fold here of where I folded it up, okay? Now you want it to match your back, okay? So we can do some glue, we can do some double-sided tape, or you can just clip a ton. Trying to think of what I want to do. Last time I just clipped a ton and went for it. And lined it all up. I think I'm just gonna do that. All right, so I like to start on this side because this side's a little bit adjustable. The one with the fold, and this one really kind of isn't. So I'm gonna start by lining all of this up, and you just want your edges to match as closely as you can. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm just trying to line up these edges as best I can. And we're almost done. And then we're going to take it to our machine. We're going to sew along the outside edges, the two layers together, and then I will trim mine down. The only thing I change, I think, out of this whole wallet instruction is that I do my final stitching at a bigger seam allowance than what she has in the pattern, because I like to cut it down nice and smooth. And it makes it a little bit easier when you do that. All right. Yes, Linda, I'm gonna edge coat this when I'm all done. So again, you can glue this, you can double side tape it, do whatever you need to make this line up together. See, I have to adjust mine a tiny bit here, and that's just fine. That's why I did it the way I did it, because now it lines up. Hi, sister. All right, now I'm going to come over on this side, clip this. More clips. Clips and tape, clips and tape. Give me all the clips and tape. Do wallets lay flatter if your interfacing is out of the seam allowance? Yeah, they do. All right. Almost there. Lots of clips, guys. I'm telling you. There we go. Okay, I've matched mine up as close as I can. And I am going to sew this on. Okay, so there is the back. There is the inside. It's gonna line up. It's gonna look gorgeous. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I need a stiletto tool, and I am going to sew from the front. Although that's gonna be, you're gonna have to, it's gonna be like, you're gonna have a couple of things that kind of get in your way right there. You're gonna be flipping your pocket back and forth when you sew this up as well. So just be aware of that. And I'm gonna start over here. So my pocket is flipped this way right now. I always get nervous at this. And I like to use my stiletto to kind of hold it in place as I sew, since I didn't use glue or tape. If you're using glue or tape, you're probably fine. Now I'm going to fold this out of my way here, and I need something behind that foot. Where's my scrap? Here we go. You don't want to rip your wallet there. Is there a code for the pattern? No, there's not a coupon, but there is a link to purchase the pattern in the description of this video. Almost there, guys. Almost there. All right, now I'm going to flip my pocket back under. All right, that is it. Okay, checking my stitching. It looks good. All right, so now I'm just going to trim my edges. Let me get the scissors I like to use. I could even probably put on a base coat to show you guys how I do it. I think we have time. Okay, so I'm gonna just very carefully trim evenly my layers, okay? So I'm just going to do as best I can here. It's hard to know where to start sometimes because I don't really wanna, I'm gonna start right here. So you want about 1/8 of an inch away from your stitches. Hopefully you can see, is that okay? And just go slow and move your scissors up as you go, and you just want to make sure you're getting it all even. Now again, I did a little bit bigger seam allowance than what she has in the pattern, so I could trim like this. Almost there. Okay. Yay. Oh, my edges look fabulous. They are nice and smooth. And watch this. Ah, so cute. Oh my gosh, that is such a pretty wallet. Ah, I may have a new wallet. This matches my bag that I made. This may be mine. I don't know. Yay. Okay, do you guys want me to show you how to put on a base coat? I can do that really quick. It's super easy. Let me get my stuff. Base coat. Okay, so like I said, I usually do 2 base coat layers, which with going over cotton, maybe even 3, but I think I did 2 on my other one and it turned out just fine. So 2 coats of this base, okay? There we go. Wouldn't a rotary cutter and ruler work better? I find that when I use a rotary cutter, when I am doing layers like this, it doesn't cut it completely even because sometimes it squishes so one side is longer than the other. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's been my experience. Yes, you can try a rotary cutter if you really want to. Go for it. I just, for this type of design, scissors work better for me. So it's up to you. You could totally use a rotary cutter for that. Okay, so I just take this tool and I'm just kind of, the purpose of this base coat is to seal all of these layers basically, and it kind of soaks up what it needs to soak up here. Okay, sometimes you can tell if it needs another coat. It's super easy. This roller tool, you can get it on Amazon for super cheap. It's not a big deal. It really isn't hard. Like, edge painting really isn't hard. It's just time consuming because you have to keep coming back and doing more. Right? So that's all you do, and you just go around all of these corners, all the outside, and I already did my tab, right? So my tab's already edge coated. On my first wallet, I forgot to edge coat my tab first, so I just put painter's tape on the underside of the wallet and painted the edges after the fact, and it actually worked. So there's always a way around it. Does the edge coat dry clear? Yes, it does. The edge coat, this base layer, it dries clear. So you don't have to worry about the color of this. It's just one type of thing, right? This kind of just fills in all those gaps that you have in between those layers to close it all up. Did you mean trimming at the end? Yes. Yeah, Kathleen, I think she was talking about the trimming at the end. You could do it with a rotary. I prefer scissors. It's up to you. How long does it take to dry? It takes anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes in between your coats. It's really not that long. I usually do it and then go, you know, do a different project and just come back in between and add more layers. So you just got to keep remembering to come back and add your different layers to it. Oh, I stuck that too far in there. That's pretty loaded there. That's okay. Ah. I feel like sometimes just holding it is the hardest part. But like, this is a really easy wallet to paint. I have done more difficult items. This is an easy one. All right. And again, it dries clear. And that's it. And now I just let that sit for about 15, 30 minutes. I'll come back. I'll do another coat of the base. And then I'll do 2 layers of my color. And then my top gloss. And I'm done. I don't know. It makes a really pretty wallet. Like the finish is totally worth it. Look at that. Like, it's just so pretty with that base coat. Does it matter if you wait longer to do the next coat? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you wait in between. At least that's my experience. I don't know if there's somebody else who has a different experience. Okay, guys, that's all I got. What color of thread What color is that thread? This is my mocha latte. My mocha latte. Where do you get your edge paint from? This is Gardini. I got this one from Seems So Awesome before they were separate companies. I'm not sure if one of them still carries it, but I know Fabric Funhouse also has Gardini paint. Yeah. Yay. All right. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. This wallet went quicker than I thought. I'm so happy. I will post pictures after it's all pretty and painted and done, and go try it out. Go support a new designer. It's a great pattern. It's very well explained. She does a great job with this pattern. All right. We'll see you guys all next time. Yay. Thanks, Kay. Have a good weekend.